I love that I'm getting my side angle here. I'm getting my gut. Like, ugh. Gosh. So, we're all good?
We're good.
Okay, I'm going to tell you something. You've had something in your teeth the whole night.
Are you for real?
I just, from a video standpoint, I thought you might.
Any standpoint. I don't want to look like a fool all the time. Like,
all right, so this is Psychedelic Experience Record Run Video number 6. Take 1. You should kick it off since you have more records than I do.
okay, we went to a Reverberation Vinyl in Bloomington, Illinois this past Saturday. And had a lot of time to dig. We were there for not quite 2 hours, probably. About an hour and a half.
Was it that long?
I think it was. Our wives dropped us off. They went and did their thing. We went in and did our thing. And
yeah, I guess I do
cool
remember
finds.
At one point getting a text back from them. And they're like,
Yeah.
you guys done yet? Because they'd gone and done a whole bunch of errands.
Yeah.
And we were like,
done yet?
done? I mean,
We've been here like half an hour.
We've
No,
gotten
we've
some
been
stuff
there a while.
looked at.
Right.
I don't know if we're done.
Yeah.
You're still taller than me in this setup.
I think it's just that chair. I think
It is. This is a low chair.
You're like the low rider.
Yeah. I'm trying to look casual. I just can't.
First up, Crow Music. This was a dollar bin find, which, by the way, their dollar bin is really
Stellar.
good. You went straight to the new arrivals when we got there. I went straight to the dollar bin. Grabbed a couple things.
I think that kind of describes our record buying
It really
practices in
does.
general. That's indicative of who we are.
I have to admit, I don't know a ton about this record. I know a couple people that have it that have kind of said it's not that good. It's kind of standard rock fare, but kind of average. So it's worth $1 to take a chance on. All right, this is another dollar bin find. This is Man, self-titled, on Columbia Records, I believe from '69. This was a pleasant listening experience. I was really kind of surprised by this. This was actually some really good blues rock overall. It opens with a nice laid-back track called Sleepy Eyes and Butterflies.
Sleepy Eyes and Butterflies, that kind of describes your sophomore year of college.
Yes, it does. And junior year. And subsequent dropout. The best track on here, though, is the first track on side 2 called Far Too Many Changes Come. And I need to listen to the lyrics closely because it sounds like a sort of conservative kind of a song. But it's a really great blues rock track. Really good solos in it. About an 8-minute long jam. This was a real surprise. I really enjoyed this. Yeah, this is recommended by me.
All right, so let's see. I'm going to kind of go in progressive order of what I liked from... we hit up 2 shops, but
Yeah.
only got one at the second shop. But here we go. In the new arrivals at Reverberation Vinyl, that is the Genuine Imitation of Life Gazette from the Four Seasons. The only time they ever really went into a psych vein, I guess, if you will. And while I have to say that the music on this is not terribly impressive, the packaging certainly is. There's a lot of cool elements of it. They went with this newspaper theme to the nth degree, and there's a 8-page fold-out newspaper-style insert in there with all kinds of psychedelia in-jokes. So I have to say that for the $4 that I paid for this, I can't complain at all because I just think it's a cool 60s curio.
This was a total blind buy for me. This was $4. This is Dr. K's Blues Band. It had a big piece of duct tape all along the side here. I mean, like, huge piece of it. I don't know why someone thought it was necessary to use a whole roll to fix a spine split. The owner, John, I think is his name, had stickers on all of his albums with the price and like a little blurb about each one, kind of describing the music, and said it was cool, rare psych, blues psych. So it sounded good to me. I have yet to listen to this, so I don't know what it sounds like. But I was able to get the duct tape off today with the old hot
Hair dryer trick.
Hair dryer. That's what it's called.
Yeah.
So there's a little bit of a tear there where it didn't come up real easily, and I've still got to kind of do some goog onto some of the residue that's kind of sticking there. But cleaned up better than I thought it was going to, considering, and looking forward to giving it a spin. Know nothing about this, so if you know, let me know if it's any good.
This is the Trogs, Love Is All Around, a decidedly different album from the band that, of course, did Wild Thing. There's not too much fuzz guitar on this album. Most people are probably familiar with the title track, which I believe was a single, but this is kind of some light psych rock from '68 from the Trogs. And I kind of like light psych rock from '68. Paid, again, $4 for this. It was in the just arrived bin.
That's a cool find, man. I'm jealous of that one. This was another blind buy, kind of based again off the little note he had. He's like funk psych, I think he described it as. This was $7. This is just kind of an exploitative, kind of cash-in, instrumental psych album. And the use of the word psych here is generous. This is kind of jazzy pop rock. Covers of popular songs like they do Simon & Garfunkel's The Boxer. Kind of a cool cover of Time of the Season. And it's all done with woodwinds, so thus electric woods, saxophones, clarinets, things like that. Have kind of some reverb to them or some fuzz kind of sound effects on there. So this wasn't terrible, it just wasn't great. For $7, I probably overpaid a little bit for it, but it's not bad, and it's kind of a cool artifact to have. So
yeah, no, that's neat. Progressively more excited about these finds. Also in the just arrived bin, this is The Doors' Strange Days. Also a $4 find in that just arrived bin. As you can see there's a little bit of ring wear on the cover, but for $4, wasn't too disappointed with it. There is a name scrawled across the label on side 1, Carol. Carol. It was, in fact, the biggest commercial disappointment from The Doors, despite being one of the 6 albums that they released with Morrison. It's viewed as being in that, if you did a division between the better 3 and the not so great 3, this is viewed as being one of the better 3. I must admit, put the needle down on this before I cleaned it. Kind of a Rice Krispies record. It cleaned up okay, but there's definitely still some snap, crackle, and pop in between the tracks. A little bit disappointing, but for $4, I'm not going to complain too much about it. Again, I'm happy with the find. The Doors' Strange Days.
I have something in my ear, like up here. It will not stop itching.
I've got a toothpick if you want to.
No, I don't.
Let's forget that I offered that. That's going to make it into the video. I'm sure of it. Great. Take 2. No, that's... Oh, darn it. It still says 1. Let me do that. Take 2/3.
Props. Goodness. Alright, this is a $1 bin find from Reverb. This is the Soft Machine, their 4th album, titled 4th. This was still in the shrink wrap, but the record's kind of rough. I played it today. Lots of noise throughout, so a little disappointing there, but for $1, I'm not going to complain at all. The Soft Machine, their first album, is sort of a psychedelic jazz rock piece, and like throughout the career, they progressively got more just jazzy. And by this album, it's pretty much full-on avant-garde, kind of free jazz fusion, if you will. But it's better than I thought it was going to be. Not a disappointing listen at all. Kind of a challenging listen. You know, you kind of hear people say that with certain free jazz things. It's a listening experience. It's not something that you can just kind of cursory hear and be like, oh yeah, I liked it or I didn't like it. This one requires some intent, and I need to give it another good listen. So cool stuff though.
Alright, now for my gem of the day. Also in a just arrived bin, the Kinks Are the Village Green Preservation Society. This had a sticker on it that says Nice Canadian Press right there. It's not a gatefold, it's a 1980 press, but again, there's no barcode on the back. Camera malfunction. To be honest with you, as you can see there.
Take 6.
And as you can see, there's a little bit of wear on the cover there and on the back cover as well, but there is no barcode, and that's basically my cutoff date for reissues. So this is one of my favorite albums that I've sort of gotten into over the last year. I ponied up on this one a little bit. It was marked at $29.99, which is what the record is worth.
Yeah, totally.
And it's actually really cool. It's a label I'm not familiar with. I don't know if you can see that there, but the PRT label out of Canada. Incredibly clean disc, feels durable as well. So a little bit of surface wear on the cover for one of my favorite albums. I already have it on CD, but I was so glad to get a vinyl copy and a clean one at that, and I paid what it was worth, and I don't feel disappointed. So Kinks Are the Village Green Preservation Society, just a fantastic album. Sort of my find of the day.
You made it. You did it.
I did it. I got through it.
Up next we have The Last Ritual, self-titled. The sticker on this one said Heavy Horny Psych, not sexual. Get your mind out of the gutter. Lots of trumpets and saxophone, trombone, stuff like that. Kind of a nice, funky kind of psych vibe to this. Pretty good stuff. Not fantastic or anything, not mind-blowing, but there's a couple really good tracks on here. But overall, pretty good find. This was $10. Again, a blind buy, but worth taking a chance on. Cool stuff. Then we have Kaleidoscope, Side Trips. This one I knew about, and I'd wanted, it was on my want list on Discogs. and had never come across a copy that was in my price point. Usually you see this go for around 30 bucks or so, and this one was $17. A really, really nice clean copy, except for a bro call written up here.
Tom, we've got your record.
We do, Tommy. Give us a call. We can work something out.
We'll wrap.
Really nice Eastern sounding influence pop psych. Really, really enjoyable. Almost kind of a garagey vibe in spots, but really good pop psych with sort of an Eastern tinge to it.
That's very cool.
My last find,
this is the one I am super jealous of.
This is a really good album. Ultimate Spinach, first album, self-titled debut. Just a spinach leaf, head of spinach. I don't know what you call spinach. Is it a head of spinach, like it is lettuce?
I'll talk to my greengrocer about that, and I'll get back to you with the answers. I'll post in the comments.
Good.
I won't.
This is fantastic. These guys are from Boston. You hear a lot about the Bosstown sound from 60s people. I don't know what that means, but if it's anything like this, I want more Boston stuff.
I'm in. It's very good.
This is good, deep psych. The long jam on here, the Ballad of the Hip Death Goddess, one of the best psych songs I've come across. But fantastic, fantastic psych rock. This one, can't recommend it more, really. It's high praise. It's worth it.
We're not the first people to note this, but the comparison, I think, sonically between this and early Velvet Underground stuff, especially the tracks where Nico was the vocalist.
Yes, yeah.
It's similar enough, but different enough that if you like that, you'll enjoy this, but you'll also enjoy the subtle differences, I think.
Absolutely.
As well.
That's a really good comparison. Really good stuff. This was $13, so really, really good deal on this.
I can't say enough that's good about Reverberation Vinyl. We've had knowledgeable staff, great music playing while we're in there, great conversations I'm hearing about music around,
definitely.
Which is one of the things that you go to a record store for. iTunes has nothing on that. Reverberation is a choice record store, and I'm happy to say good things about them.
The layout was really nice. Kind of a small store. It's all in one room. But the quality of stuff there, and the bins are full. They're deep, and they are full of choice stuff. Yeah. The funny thing too, the bins are really tall, and like I said, really deep. So the way we kind of dug, it was like there's a section, you got a row. So he'd dig a row, and I'd look over his shoulder, and I'd dig the next one, because we were having to stand on our tippy toes. Our feet were hurting.
Tiptoes?
Tippy toes.
Tippy toe? I don't think so. You don't like tippy toe? No tippy toe.
No, so we're on our tiptoes. Excuse me. No, like our calves were hurting, our feet were hurting.
It was a workout.
Done, and Sam goes, "There's a stool." They had a little stool you could pull out and stand on. We're idiots, I guess.
Yep. Reverberation. We've talked a lot about it, but I think it's good. It's worth it.
For sure.
So we did that, and then we hit up in Normal, Illinois. Just went, they're connected. I mean, it's not like you leave in
right. Yeah.
But we went to downtown Normal, Illinois, and we checked out North Street Records. So why don't you kick off with some stuff you found there?
I actually only found one album there, and I didn't bring it with me because it was just an upgrade copy of an album I already own.
Oh, right.
So,
okay. All right. So
which I don't know if I've shown on a video or not.
Tell people.
Oh, well. It's called, I think the group is called In Research, and the album is Research 1612. I found a copy at Vintage Vinyl not too long ago, a month or two ago, for around $10. Kind of a record that's all over the place, kind of garagey in spots, deep psych in others, and there are 3 tracks that are kind of like laid back hippie rock. But I really, really like the album, but I found a mint copy for $15.
Yeah. All right, so I also found something great at North Street, and this couldn't pass up. So Graham Parsons, GP, his debut solo album after splitting with Flying Burrito Brothers. I already have Grievous Angel, which I do like more than this, but this had a $6 price tag on it, and the record is super, super clean. And I do have to show this because I teased it on the program. Is this not the most bland gatefold you have ever seen? This has some good tracks on it. Like I said, I prefer the second album, which was released posthumously several months after his death. But there's great stuff on this. And from the country rock sort of maven. Graham Parsons. So, all right. So that kind of wraps up this record video. We had props.
We did have props.
And hopefully you continue to enjoy these and tune into the Psychedelic Experience on 89.5 WJMU, Thursday nights from 8 to 10 p.m. If you Google WJMU, you can find us anywhere in the world streaming live. So I want to put that out there, and we'll sort of end on that note. See you later, YouTube.
See you guys.